Yeah, we start the session now. Today's session will be on file IO, that is file input output operations, right? So I'm sharing my screen. Okay, can you see my screen, guys? Is it visible now? Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for replying. I'm going to start with file IO, and for that, I need some slideshows. So I have created one slideshow. So I will run it now, and then we will understand what is file IO. So here we go. Okay, so this file IO session will be on byte stream and character stream. So we can write the data inside the file using two streams. One is byte stream and one is character stream, right? So if I want to write the data in byte format, then I have a class called input stream or file input stream. Okay. And if I want to write, if I want to read the output, then I have file input stream. Okay. And if I want to write the data in byte format, then we have file output stream. Okay. So I just write here what I said in presentation. Also, you will able to read this. So I said just now that data can be written in byte format using file output stream. Okay, and data can be read in byte format using file input stream. Okay, so these are the classes which we are going to use. This is file output stream and this is file input stream. So we are going to work on both. Okay, and even we are going to work on character stream as well. So now I will start the presentation. I will take you through presentation. Okay, so here we go. I hope the PPT presentation is there on your screen. Do you have it? Can you see this presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we are learning java.io package. So for input and output, similarly reader and writer, we require a package called as java.io. Okay, so whatever classes and interfaces used in this particular program for reading and writing the data in the file or from the file, we use java.io package. Okay, so we need to first import that. Now we are going to discuss about stream. What is stream? As I said, there are two types of stream, input stream and we have character stream. Okay, so we will see that in byte format and character format. So don't forget this. Data can be written in byte format using file output stream and data can be read in byte format using file input stream. So if you want to read the file in byte format, then which class you have? You have a class called file input stream. And if you want to write inside the file, then which class you have? You have file output stream. Okay. Now, so we are going to see what is discuss the concept of streams. Okay. Discuss the standard input output stream. Explain the classes like input stream and output stream. Okay. Then we have describe byte array. Okay. Discuss filter and buffered IO operations. So whatever we can complete, we will complete it. Explore the random access file class. So we have too much things to do in this session. Let's see how much we can cover. Then we have reader and writer classes. As input stream and output stream is used for byte stream. Similarly, for character streams, there are reader and writer. Okay, so I will just add it here. Data can be written in character format using writer, and data can be read in character format using reader. Okay, so these are the classes: read writer class and reader class. Similarly, I have written at the top is same like classes. So here I will say input stream class and output stream class. Fine with this. So if you want to, I'm repeating this third time. If you want to write the data in byte format, then we have file output stream. And if you want to read the data in file format, you have input stream, okay, or file input stream. Similarly, if you want to write the data in character format, you have a class called writer. And if you want to read the character from character format, then use writer class. Okay, let's go ahead in the presentation. Is someone there? Yeah, there are many students. Okay, admit them. Okay, now this session discuss the java.io package in detail. So java.io package contain classes and interfaces that are relevant to input-output operations. So as I said, we have number of classes and number of interfaces to read and write the data in file and from the file. So we have all these particular classes and interfaces in this java.io package. Then using these classes and interfaces, we can store data that may be either in format of primitives or object. That means we can write the data in format of variables, that is what primitives are, and we can write the data in an object format, that is your array list, linked list, a kind of collection classes, collection objects. Then Java programming language provides a comprehensive set of libraries to perform input-output operations. Java provides an IO channel as a stream, and IO streams represent input source and our output destination. So input source means we are going to read the file, and output destinations means we are going to write the file, write the data in the file. So a stream can represent many different kinds of source and destinations, including disk files, devices, other programs, or memory arrays. So we can read the data in different format, and what can be the sources from what kind of data I can read. I can read data from disk files, that is external hard disk or internal hard disk, devices like memory chip, pen drive, right, floppy, and other programs. If you want to take the data from other program, you can also do that, and you can write the arrays, right? Then streams support many different kinds of data, including simple bytes, primitive types, localized characters, objects, etc. Okay, I want you should go through this particular slide. I'm waiting for 2 minutes, so just read this particular slide, and if you have any questions, please ask. Read this carefully because this is a concept. So before writing the programs, we should know the concept behind that particular program, right? Any questions? Okay, fine. Then let's go ahead. So what we have did here is we have said that Java programming language provide input-output operations. We said that Java also provide IO channels in a format of stream. So next that will be the definition of stream. IO stream represent input source if it is a byte format and output source if it is a byte format, right? So input source means we are going to read the data and output's destination means we are going to write the data. So a stream can represent many different kinds of source. So we can read that particular data from disk files, devices, other programs and arrays. So you can see the picture here. A program uses an input stream to read data from source one at a time. So how it will be get written by byte, one at a time. At a time, it can read only single byte. Okay. So you can see here is my data source. You can see here CPU is shown. Here is some file is shown. Here some desktop is shown. So this is a data source. So this data source means what you want to read. So what you want to read is stored inside data source. So data source can be your, as we learned in previous slide, that data source can be the disk file, it can be the memory chip, it can be the pen drive, it can be memory array, it can be a program. So that kind of data source we have. So we read the data in byte format, okay? And a program uses output stream to write data to destination one at a time. So while writing also, it uses 1 byte at a time and write the data inside the destination. So from Java, you can read the characters and that characters you can write in data source using stream format, that is byte stream. Okay. Now, Java is commonly used to create applet-based programs intended for the internet. As they are downloaded on the client system, they can be cause of potential attacks. So if you try using downloading the programs in applet format, then it can have a infected, your PC can be infected. Hence, applet are not allowed to work with file-related operations. So why applet is not not assigned or not allowing to work with the file-related operation is it can be attacked by the viruses or attack can be done in format of malwares also, right? We shall be discussing java.io with respect to applications only. So we are not going to write any applets. Okay, we are going to write only in format of bytes and characters. So here we go. This is what stream is. So stream is a continuous group of data or a channel through which data travels from one point to another. What we are saying? We are saying a stream is continuous group of data, means one by one data will be there, or data can be in channels through which data travels from one point to another. So one point is Java program and another point is your destination. So if I want to write the data from Java to destination, I'm going to use output stream and reader classes. Whereas if you want to read the data from destination into Java programs, then you have output stream and writers and readers. So sorry, right? So a stream is flow of data. A stream can come from source or can be generated to the sink. Input stream receives data from a source or to read the data from file. So from where we get the data, from where we receive the data, using input stream we receive the data. Okay, that means you are going to read the file. Okay, similarly, if you want to send the data, that is output stream. So output stream sends data in destination form, that is called as writing the data in the file. This is what we are going to see in today's session. Okay, now let's move ahead. So when a stream is read or written, the other threads are blocked. It's something like synchronization in threading. Okay, so whenever you start read and write in format of stream, other threads are blocked. Okay, so there are multiple threads. Now, here we have multiple students, that is 31 plus 6, so 37, 38 students we have. So this is the kind of threads we can assign. We can understand, for example, and this 28, this 38 students wants to write the data in the file, but they cannot write as a 38, 38 threads. One thread only can write the data or read the data. So for example, I can see Ravish name here. So if Ravish is reading and writing the data, other people like Jan, James, Kanaya, Simran, Kemson, Anamita, so they will not able to do any operations while Ravish is writing and reading the file. Okay, so at a time only one operation can be carried out. It may be reading or writing. Okay, so other threads are blocked. Only one thread can do the operations. While reading or writing a stream, if an error occurs, there is an exception called IO exception. So we have a separate topic for study, that is exception and exception handling mechanism. So once your batch is started, we will go for that particular part also. Similarly, we are going to learn threads also. So a lot of things are there in core Java. So once we start with the batch, we can do this. But for the demo, for the bootcamp, I'm not going to consider it. Okay. So while reading or writing a stream, if an error occurs, an IO exception is thrown. So which type of exception java.io throws? It is IO exceptions. It's a class of Java. This is an inbuilt class of Java. Then you can see here, I'm trying to show you the exception in some designs. This is what happens. This is called IO exception. So you can see from right hand side, the vehicles are going on. Okay, and someone have put that vehicle into reverse form. So what happened? There is a crash. So this particular car and this particular bus got crashed, and their IO exception got raised, right? So when your thread is writing the data or reading the data, other threads should be stopped. Otherwise, such type of exception will be occur. So this car and this bus will get crashed because both try to read and write at the same time. Okay, so your threads, if they are writing and reading at the same time, exception going to occur. Okay, so that's why we have to make that particular thread or make that particular resource as synchronized. Okay. So IO applications, typically there are three ways a developer may use input and output. That is file and directories. So we are going to read the files, properties of the files, properties of the directories. We can do this operations on console, that is standard input and output operations. And we can also do socket-based resource. Socket-based resource is something like you are sending the data to some other PC and your other PC is storing that data. And vice versa, you are reading the file from some other PC and to your PC, right? So there will be two different channels, your PC and some other PC. So if you want to write the data from your PC to the another PC, then you are going to use input stream. And similarly, if you want to write the data, then you are going to use output stream. So to read the data from some different machine, you are going to use input to read the data. And if you want to write data into some another PC, you are going to use output operations. So this is called as socket-based resource. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the example of that. Okay. So we will read the file and we will read the properties of the file as well. Okay. So let's see that example. My Eclipse is getting open. It will take 1 minute. Okay, so it's about to open. Now here we will read the properties of a particular file and we will show it on the output stream using Java program. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I will show you that particular example. I'm going to remove you, file read operation. So can we see here file read operation? Let me check. Yeah. So we have here, we have a class called file demo.java. Okay, so I have double clicked on it. Now you will see the program I have installed. Because of that, it is slow. Now you can see I have a class called file demo. Before going to the file demo, you can see here I have imported the package. Here I have imported the package. Which package I have imported? I have imported java.io package, and in that also you can say file or specific class, or you can say star. Okay, so if you say star, what's going to happen is you're going to access all the classes and variables from IO package. Okay, so no need to say specifically file or file input stream or file output stream. Just put a star. So whatever there in IO, we are able to use that classes and interfaces entirely. Okay, then there is another package I have installed is util. You will come to know when I extend this program. Now you can see inside the main, I have created object of file class, that is F1. Okay, I have created object of file class called F1. Okay, how I created this? By executing the file constructor. So when you say new file, that is called as constructor. So I'm going to read the file from D drive new data 2020, and the file name is my new file. The name of the file is my new file. So let's go to this particular folder and check whether we have that file present or not. So I'm going to new data, and here I will check this particular new file, my new file. Yes, it is with me. You can see at the first only is the file name. I'm rolling the mouse. It's my new file. So just double click here, and you can see the data of that particular file. That data we are going to retrieve in Java program. See, this is my file. This is what written here. Okay, so this data we are going to read from the file called my new file. Okay, then this particular my new file is stored in F1 object. Okay, then we are saying F1 is directory. So these all methods are used as a ternary operations or ternary operator. So when you say F1.is directory, means you are asking that whatever store in F1, can I read that, or can it is a directory? Okay, so F1 means what? F1 means my new file. So you are saying F1.is directory. So you are asking, can I read this directory? So you will get answer as false. Why you will get answer as false? Because this is not a directory. This is a file. This is not a directory. This is a file. So that F1.is directory will give you answer as false. Okay, now next you can see I want to display the file name. So I said F1.getName. F1.getName. So what it will do, it will go into object and read only the file name. That is my new file.txt, and it will print here. So the answer of first system.out.println is false. The answer for second system.out.println is name of the file, that is my new file. So you will get message as my new file. Now we are checking absolute path. Okay, so we said F1.get absolute path. That means it will read entire file. Okay, and we are saying get parent. Get parent means we are going to read only the directory and not the file. Okay, so when you say absolute path, what it do? It print all the it print the driver name, folder name, and the file name. All these three things will be read by this particular absolute path method. Now, when you say F1.getParent, that means you will try to find out parent of this file. So who is the parent of this file? This is the parent of the file. That is D drive new data 2020. So this is the answer when you execute this particular method. Now we have something called exist. we have something called exist. So we will say f1.exist means can this file is exist or is it there in the resource? So already the file is there, I have shown you. So the answer will be exist. And if the file is not there, answer will be does not exist. Correct? Then we are saying f1.canRead. So here we are asking, can I read the file? So if it is readable, the message will be is readable. If it is not readable, then it will be not readable, right? So according to the scenario, it will give the output. Okay. Then file last modified. Now here we require util package. So I said now I will tell you util afterwards. So here we require util. So what it's going to do, it's going to give you the last modified date. So at what date and what time this particular file is modified, that date and time this particular function will show, that is last modified. And length will show you the size of the file. Okay, how many characters are there? So right click here and run the file. See, run as Java application. Okay, you can see here the output. It is working. Yeah, so we got the output here. Let's see this output. First, what you are doing, first SOP, what was the first SOP? First SOP was this. Okay, so we said F1 is directory, so answer is false. Why false? Because we are not storing only directory, but we are storing file also. So that is why this is directory will give answer as false. Then what is the name of the file? You can see the name of the file is mynewfile.txt. What is the absolute path? So get absolute path will return this, that is drive, folder, and the file. And what get parent will retrieve? It will retrieve the parent path, that is D drive and new data 2020. Okay. Then exist. This particular SOP will give answer as exist. So you can see here it is exist. Now it will the answer for can write will be writable. So you can see here the answer is writable. Then we are saying can read. So answer going to be is readable. So you can see output over here is readable, right? And the second last will be we want to check on which date and time it is modified. So you can see the date is 2nd March, that is Thursday. So on 2nd March, this file got created and manipulated at 8:31. At 8:31. So this file is manipulated on 2nd of March. And what is the time? It is 20:31. That means it is 8:31 p.m. in India. Okay. And the length of this file is 15. So there are 15 characters. Okay. Have you understood this program? Give me the reply, please. And if you have any questions, you please ask. Have you understood this program? Are you writing in this thing? Okay, you are writing here. Okay, very good, guys. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Very good. Thank you very much for replying. Okay, good. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Thank you very much, everyone. Almost all people are responding. That is a good thing here. Okay, let's move ahead. So this is the first example, how to read the properties of file. Now we are going to see how to read the file. How to read the file. Okay, so we have here a class called file input stream. File input stream. So in this file input stream, I'm going to read the data from my file in byte format. Okay, so you can see I have a class called file input stream. As I said at the start of the class, that we have a class called file input stream. So using file input stream, we can read data. So inside this file input stream, we have a class called new file input stream, and the path is, as you see, it is D drive, new data 2020, ASDR, trade introduction.txt. So this file I'm going to read. I'm going to read this file, which is the file name. It is thread introduction.txt. So I show you that file. It is here in ASDR folder. So I'm going to that folder. You can see here is the ASDR. Double click here. Here you can find the you can see the thread introduction. Okay, so double click here and you can see the content of it. This is the content which we are going to read through Java program. Okay, so these are the content. This is a session I have taken for thread. So I have written life cycle, what is thread, types of thread, right? Then methods inside it. Okay, so everything I discussed with the other students. So this file I want to read using Java program. So see what I'm doing. I'm saying while I equal to fs.read not equal to 1 means I'm going to read entire file, but how? Byte by byte. So at the time only 1 byte going to be retrieved and it will be stored in I. It will be stored in I. So I is an integer variable. So if you remove this typecasting, then you will get everywhere you will get the numbers. So see, right click, run as application. So you will get ASCII values for their characters. See here, everything will be numbered because we haven't typecast it into character. Yes, you can see too many things are there. These are all ASCII values going on, right? So this entire file is coming in ASCII value. Why ASCII value? Because I am reading that data into integer format where I have read it in I. What is the type of variable this? It is integer variable. So it will store the data in integer format and it will show you also. But if you want to see the character format, then you need to typecast it. Okay. So say char. Okay. Let's right click and run the program. So now you can see the content in readable format. You can see entire file is got read here. Okay, right from here. Thread is the smallest logical unit inside the process. What is the type of thread? Single thread, multi-thread. In which ways you can do the thread program? You can see by extending the class, by implementing runnable interface. If you go ahead, you can see the life cycle of thread, new thread state, runnable state, not runnable state, and dead thread. Okay, so entire file got read. These are some of the methods which we use with the threading. There is synchronization. So entire file got read, right? So have a look at this and tell me whether you understood this or not. If you have questions, please ask. Okay, guys, so are you responding in chat box or you have not understood? Be frank. You can give candid feedback also if you want understood, but reply something, because once you reply, then I will go for the next program. Thank you, Prajakta. Himanshu, thank you very much. Thank you. What is Abhisha? Okay. James, thank you very much for replying. Please go on replying. I'm waiting for 1 minute for your replies. If it is not understood, please ask. Thank you, Pankaj. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for responding. Now I can go ahead. Can we use it to read other file format? Yes, yes, Peter. We can use PDF files also. PDF files, Excel files, we can read everything. Okay, but then the classes will be different, not these classes. There will be different classes to read the PDF file. Okay. Exceptions. Okay. Basically, exception is a class. So we are saying throws exception. That means if any exceptions arise due to this program, it could be handled. That is why we are using throws exception. I'm trying to run the, but okay, now right now I don't have that much time to solve everyone's difficulty because it is just for 1 hour. So we cannot, make everyone happy. So sorry for that because it's a, it's a kind of boot camp we are running. So once you get the admission and when your batch got started, I will solve all your doubts. Whatever doubts are there, I will solve all the doubts. No queries. Okay, fine. So this is called as input stream. Now I'm going to show you now output stream. So it is here. Okay, so this is the example for file output stream. Okay, now here you can see the package called java.io, right? There is a class I have created, file output stream demo. Inside the main, I have created one string variable called source. And I have written string like there is a test string. This is a test string. So this I want to write inside the file. This I want to write inside the file. Okay, so what I have did, I have created a string variable called source and I have written some data inside it. Then it is a byte format. So you're source.get bytes. You're going to say source.get bytes. What is source? This is the source. This is the source variable. Dot get bytes. That means it will read the data. This string data, it will read in a byte format. That is 0 and 1. It will return in 0 and 1. So this is a test string. This entire string will be converted into byte format. And 1 byte at a time, we will read that particular data. And where we put it? We will put it in a byte array. We will put it in a byte array. Okay. Then I want to write it. So I have created a file output stream object. So in last program, we have said file input stream. Why? Because I want to read the data, right? Now, whenever I want to write the data inside the file, I am going to use file output stream. Okay, so what is the object name? It is FO. And which file I want to read? That is also which file you want to write. So let's give some dummy name here. Say you can say what is the file name? I can say thread.txt. So thread.txt file will get created, and then in that file this particular string will return. How it will return? So for that we have written the for loop. So while reading the data we had read method. Now while writing the data we have write method. Okay, so whatever data we read in buff, that is byte, that is the byte array, we are going to write it inside FO. So the data which we got in byte format, that data we are going to write where into FO. FO means thread.txt. Okay, so I'm running the file now. Run as application. Say okay. Okay, there are some errors. It is saying, let me check. Yeah, one bracket is missing. So here is your for loop got ended. And here main we got ended, right? And here class got ended. Okay, fine. Now let's run this. It is showing some error. Let's see what is the error. I think there must be some bracket open down. No, there nothing. Okay, let me check the output. I mean error. It is saying syntax error, not token, curly bracket, delete this token. Okay, why should I delete the token? For loop got closed here, main got closed here, and this is class got closed here. So I will remove this. Very good. So somewhere, see here. Here is the bracket. Okay, and this is a bracket of main, and this is a bracket of class. Okay, now right click and say run application. Okay, that's it. So file got right. Okay, now we can see that file inside new data 2020. So you can see the date and time when it is created. You will get to know about that file. So you can see thread, you can see the file, you can see the date. It is 14/3/23. 1947. That is just now 7:47. So right now 4:47, 7:47 is the time currently. So the same time you will get it to your file, and date also today's date. So we have just now created it. So double click here and you can see the content. This is a test string, correct guys? So this is the way how we can add the data into file. Now I want to check whether I can write it in using PowerPoint or Excel or Word. So what we are going to do is we are going to create objects of file input stream. Okay, so say copy, paste here. It will be 1 because F0 is already done. Now I'm saying I want to write it in Excel format. So XLS, create another object of file output stream, and here I want to do in Word file. So Word file have extension as doc. So you will write here doc. Okay. So as we have said F4 dot write buff1, similarly we will say F1 dot write also, so that Excel file will have this string. Same thing here. Okay. Now let's run this program. Right click, run as application. So someone was asking now about PDF. So yes, we can do that. Now you can see 3 files are created. One is thread1.thread.txt, then second is thread.xls, and third was thread.doc. So you can just come here and you can check. See here, 7:48 this thread file got created, 7:48 this thread file got created, and 7:48 this file got created. So just double click here. You can see the data in text format. As you can see here, right? This is a test string. You can execute Excel file. You will see the data is written in Excel format as well. It is executing. Please wait. Okay, so say yes here. Now you can see the content over here. See, this is a test string, right? Even you can open the doc file, that is Word file. So Word file will also have the same string. So we can write data in the doc format, PDF format, TXT format, Excel format. So in any extension, we can write the data. Yes, you can see here, it's coming. This is a test string, right? So in all formats, we can write the data. Okay. So have you understood, guys? Can you reply? Okay, I guess you have already replied, right? Yeah, Ravish, you can ask the question. I guess Ravish was asked to something. Screen of the codes. Okay, you want to see the code? You can see here. This is the code. Any questions for me, guys? Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead. Now I'm going to show you how to read write data in character format. Okay, so you can see here Eclipse. You can see there is a class called file read write. So whatever we have done, it is in byte format. Now whatever we are going to see now, that will be in byte for in character format. Okay, whatever we are going to see is in a character format. Okay, so let me get that file. Okay, it is not the same. I will change the program. Samples. You can go for IO. Okay, okay, fine. Final, no, I don't want final. I want Java examples. I will go to Java PRG. Here I will go to IO1. So let me see the reader and writer here. Yes. Oh, sorry, not this one. Let me try another. This is also byte format. Rather, there are methods called reader and writer. So I'm looking for that. Let me find in some another folder. Java. Here also I have stored IO programs. And here I can see somewhere file read. Let's see. Okay. So here we go. Again, it is byte format only. Where is character? This is the reader, means we are going to read the data in character format. We are going to read the data in character format. Okay, so you can see this is a program name reader demo skip. Okay, inside that I have a main, and in main I have created a string variable called s, and I have written some text as this is a test string. Okay, after that I have created an object of reader class. I have created an object of reader class. What is the object name? Reader. And I have said new string reader. So this string reader class will store the value, whatever value is there in S, it will be stored, and it will be handed over to reader object. Now how we are going to see, now in this particular example, there are multiple characters. So we are going to read character by character. So for that I have for loop. Okay, so what for loop will do, it will start reading the data from 0 till 21. Till 21. So 0 to 21 characters will be read. How to read it? You have a reader object, okay, dot read method. So you are going to say reader dot read, and you are going to read all the data from that file, and you are going to store it in C, right? Then we are printing that particular file. Okay, now once the one character is okay, now what I will do now, I will give a comment to this. First I will tell you how I have created this, and we will skip the characters also. You know, like if you want to print even data or data, that also you can do. So I will add the file. Okay, what is the name of a file? Reader demo skip. Okay, reader demo skip. Okay, say finish. I have copied this string, copied this program, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so what it will do, it will read all the data from the file from this particular string, that is this is a test string. So right click here and say run as application. So you can see the data got read it. Say okay here. Okay, so you can see this is a test string got written. Now I want to print only odd values, so I will uncomment this. Okay, यहाँ पर मैं I will uncomment and I will run this program again. Right click, run as application. Now you can see first T got readed, right? Then H is skip. Why H is skip? Because I said reader dot skip method. So what it will do, it will skip first letter. So what is the 0th character? T. Then what is the first letter? It is H. So H is skipped. So it is not read. Then S is not written. It is printing TEE. That means it is printing this and this. Similarly, this also will get written. Then you can see here, there is no S. So S got skipped. Then A got skipped. Then T got skipped. So why it is skipping it? Because we have said reader dot skip. So it will skip the first character one character at a time, right? So that is the file, that is a file reader and writer and input stream reader and writer. So we can see many more things in our session when we start the batch. So there we can see the random access file, how to read the data in character format. So different programs are there, some threading programs are there, so that we will see once your batch is started. So for the day, I will come, I'm ended with this particular example. Okay, so today's session is over. So I have just shown you the examples of file IO. So have you understood? Is it a fruitful session, or you have not understood anything?